Welcome back to the Participation Trophy podcast. This is episode 15. I'm joined as always by my good friends Abdullah, Jamal, Neil, and Zain. Christmas is right around the corner, and so far we've covered toys and movies. So tonight we'll be starting off with our favorite Christmas music and the poll results, not to be confused with the polls that Dwayne Haskins was working with last night. According to social media, Zain, what did people have to say about Bing Crosby?
Who's Bing
That's why you're the
Crosby?
best, Joe. That's why you're the
Damn. Haymakers.
Yo,
Back with a vengeance.
Bro, he unfollowed us. He unfollowed us on Instagram, so I got a little.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. It's
Plot
okay.
twist.
You still got Chase Young in there.
We got some
Plot
maybe
twist.
that explains the messages I was
I
sending.
wonder if he unfollowed us before he unfollowed the whole team. Like what was the sequence
It
there?
was
Is he
actually
following the team
right.
now?
It was right after we posted Kyle Allen is the new starting quarterback, and right after that, unfollowed us.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
God
maybe that's
forbid we
a trend.
talk about
Maybe since Alex was announced as starter, that's what spurred the strip club trip.
Could be. But we'll get back to that. Let's talk about Bing Crosby.
we've got an open gym segment for this. Yeah.
Mariah Carey.
So
Bing
thank
Crosby. Jingle bells.
Thank you everybody for participating in our horribly constructed poll that I still can't figure out how to do. So our first question was, is anybody messing with Bing Crosby? Let's see.
Anybody fucking with Bing?
79% said no. We are. What the fuck is Bing Crosby? That's 79%.
What the
So
fuck? Yeah.
I was just testing the waters, seeing what year I needed to go back to for this poll. But that was a pre-test question. It's not judged. So let's see. Off the top, we went to Jingle Bell Rock, first rocking around the Christmas tree. And by the way, when I did this, there's like an insane amount of Christmas music. Like I probably missed 20 bangers.
It's
like,
crazy.
I
Yeah.
figured
So
it would be
hard.
like that. Yeah.
Off
Head
the top,
rocking.
Jingle Bell Rock and rocking around the Christmas tree. 61% rock around the Christmas tree.
So your approach was similar to last week, where you just kind of put two songs from two different eras together just
it's
to kind of
tough 'cause,
gauge.
yeah. Like in my mind, I'm just throwing like songs that can compete against each other, like kind of like a bracket. And then in my mind, I'm like, okay, I know it's gonna be there towards the end. I'm gonna throw it at the end.
The rocking around the Christmas tree. That's the one that Kevin plays in Home Alone, right? With the
you have to match every one of these songs to a scene in Home Alone, basically. Yeah, rocking
And
around
Home Alone
Christmas tree,
killed the polls
happy,
last week.
and like
Yeah,
Michael
played
Jordan's
that
doing
band
this
class.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Like around the train and shit.
So I was talking to my oldest son about that. Like the fact that all the things were moving at the same time. Did the Wet Bandits just not stick around long enough to figure out that shit didn't look real?
You
We had a
could ask the
very
same
lengthy discussion last
The
week. on
Sticky
this.
Bandits.
Yeah. You could ask the
They were
same
the-
question of the concierge
wet
guy in the
bandits.
hotel when he walks in on the in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The inflatable dummy.
For like 2 minutes, he's playing Uncle Frank or Uncle Rob, one of the two
Yeah.
uncles.
Yeah, the
Chiefs
hotel
game one.
staff was just so stupid.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
It
dude.
was-
Come
But yeah,
on.
most of these songs you tie to us, not just Home Alone either, just to a certain movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
And I guess the main point is I'm really disappointed with the amount of people that said 66% like that one. Okay, keep going.
Yeah.
I digress.
All right, so next up we have Feliz Navidad against Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
It's a fucking-
65% for Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
Wow.
Feliz Navidad.
What?
Doubled up on.
Feliz
Doubled up.
Navidad.
I'm not too surprised by that. That's kind of
yeah, I'm not either.
Yeah. I don't
Feliz
know. Are there
Navidad is
any
more
other
unique.
words
Than
in
mainstream,
Feliz
like,
Navidad
popularity.
other than Feliz Navidad? Is there actually like a verse, or is just
Hey,
that line repeatedly?
I love singing these songs.
No,
to
there's
myself.
definitely
Like, my-
lyrics to it.
Fucking racist. So
All right,
racist.
so third round, we already got Mariah up in this biatch.
Oh god.
We got All I Want for Christmas Is You versus
Fuck.
Does It Really Matter? So 76%. I mean, obviously, it doesn't matter who was in here, so we just threw something in there.
What's
Is
the
it
other
really?
song?
Is it really Mariah, or is it the song, or is it her? It's her.
It's her.
for me.
It's her.
It's
a little
her.
bit
I
of
don't agree.
everything.
Well, wait a minute.
I don't agree.
The song definitely
fast-paced.
goes. The song's dope.
It's catchy.
But it's become a fucking punchline the last few years.
Yeah,
It's
It's
Jamal.
been memed. It's stale as shit.
Jamal. It's dope
can't-
after
you can't
30
honestly-
years, bro.
It's a good
feels like
song.
this
It's a
is-
good song.
I don't know. My opinion is varied because to me, the setting of Christmas, the time of Christmas, you hear certain songs during a certain time frame, and in Christmas you hear Mariah Carey, "All I Want for Christmas." And
you know what it is? It's a very high BPM song. It's very fast paced.
It's very formulaic to be a pop hit. You know,
exactly. It
I mean, like
qualifies for the pop
scientifically,
hit.
this shit just makes sense.
My
Question
demographic.
is, what was the pop Christmas hit before? I don't remember life before Mariah on Christmas.
yeah, I know.
I don't know what the pop hits were.
That's a
Everything
good question.
sounded
I don't
very
know.
dated. Everything
Feliz-
sounds very dated. before
Feliz
that.
Navidad.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was
we can
Feliz
all
Navidad.
agree the
I wanna
consensus
wish you
top two
a
pop
Merry
hits
Christmas.
in our lifetime. The consensus top two pop hits in our lifetime is "Last Christmas" and "All I Want for Christmas." Right? I mean,
Last
that's
Christmas is my favorite.
1A and 1B, right?
I
And
agree.
from talking about the pop genre, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So right, and beyond that, everything else is just pretty much tied to just the season itself. The songs you hear, Jingle Bell Rock, all the
Yeah.
time, right? Like when it's a certain thing, a sense where you know it's that time of the year,
Sure.
and
sure.
those are the songs that resonate with anyone on any level. The pop hits, the old school hits, the Home Alone hits. That's what it is for me, to be honest. So,
Cool.
All right.
Excellent breakdown there. Back to you, Bob. All right.
So who else you match up?
Speaking of Last Christmas went against Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas. In my mind, all these songs are sounding the same, by the way, because they all have similar
They do.
titles.
Pretty much.
So, yeah. Let's see
Except
who
for
won
Feliz
that one.
Navidad. That one's different.
Oh shit.
Joe ain't
Exactly.
salty.
Last Christmas, 77%.
That's
Okay.
one
It's
I-
beginning to look a
I
lot
agree
Against
with
who?
that.
Against who?
Beginning to look a lot like Christmas. It's beginning
Good.
to look a lot like
I
Okay.
don't fuck with that. I think it's beginning to look like. I think that's a hit, man. Like
Yeah.
that's another fun song to sing. Also, when you really know just
Yeah.
one line, but when
It's
you
catchy.
off the eggnog and the
I don't know
Hotch.
anything more than one line out of all these songs. I don't know what it is.
yeah.
But not to
Okay.
mention, beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Where the fuck in the United States does it look like Christmas on Christmas? Like, where does it snow on Christmas when you wake
Russia?
up
I
and
don't
you're
know.
just like, no, I said in the US, where does it snow on Christmas? You can guarantee that, like, we're gonna have some fucking snow. Minnesota?
Maybe
Our
Connecticut.
forecast
Minnesota.
forecast had snow for Christmas Day for like 3 straight days last week.
Can you
That
you
should turn
remember
into
the
partly
last
cloudy real quick.
can you remember the last Christmas that we spent here in Northern Virginia where it was snowing on Christmas?
I
No.
don't personally know. No.
No.
So Joe, I'll rattle off the Google assisted list of best U.S.
Oh.
places to spend a white Christmas. Number
Alexa,
He's not just a Wizards Alexa.
one,
Alexa.
Aspen, Colorado, Lake
Okay.
Placid, New York, Mammoth Lakes, California, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and then Anchorage, Alaska is your top 5.
sound
Oh,
like the
gross.
whitest places in America is what that sounds like.
Mammoth Lakes.
The hell?
Yeah, Mammoth
Oh.
Lakes, Cali,
Where is Mammoth Lakes? Where?
Where
California.
that's where the Night King was born. Mammoth Lakes. That was the inception of the White Walkers on Mammoth Lakes. Fuck with us, Mammoth Lakes. I'm gonna clean that shit real quick.
Them
It would be
lakes.
great, like if you were in a gang, if you could just shout out Mammoth Lakes. Like,
Mammoth Lakes.
I would be scared as shit out of that crew. Like,
Mammoth Lakes.
White Walkers.
It's like the fucking MacArthur Park for White Walkers. Sales Bonanza. All right, next up we have Santa Claus is Coming to Town versus Baby It's Cold Outside.
Hey, quick question:
hmm
did anybody specify which version of Santa Claus is coming to town?
Yeah.
Because if it's not the Jacksons, then
I wanted to. I can only fit like 8 words in this damn poll. I really got to figure this out.
that's
man.
cool. I don't know if
Can,
anybody
like-
got
Can
specific.
like
I don't
All
want to hear
Pro
it.
Real sponsor like a social media like webinar for me, like training or some shit?
But
I'll put
echoing
Rob on it. Absolutely.
Please.
echoing
so
Zane's sentiment, same thing. I can only know one line from "Baby, it's cold outside."
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, with the
that's it.
falsetto.
Santa Claus, same thing. 50-50.
Ooh,
Wow.
interesting.
Wow.
I didn't know that there was a different version besides the Jackson version, to be quite honest with you.
And actually,
Yeah.
going back in time, I realized the Jackson 5 is the definitive, like, Christmas.
Mhm.
Yeah, it
Like,
should
that
be.
album is just fire.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
across
As
the
a
board.
pop song as well.
Yeah, and it's a pop song too, for that era. So let's see. Hold on. What we got next? I'm really not good at this.
Did we get DMs this time?
We did, and I'll go through those. So next is Santa Tell Me versus Lonely This Christmas.
I don't know either one of those.
I don't know. Tell me.
I've heard the Ariana Grande version of Santa Tell Me. Is that a song? Santa Tell Me.
I think she remixed the whole
is the one.
No, Santa Tell Me is the
Santa Tell Me is the Ariana Grande remix. She did cover that song.
Oh, okay,
right,
she did.
I've heard the cover, guys. Yeah.
It's the one that sounds like a prostitute singing to you, right? Like,
Wow.
Santa Tell Me.
Shit,
Right?
Isn't that Santa Baby?
Oh, is that Santa Baby? Did I
I
get those
think
two mixed
so.
up?
Yeah.
Santa Baby. She says Santa Baby. Oh shit. How you
What was
sexualize
this?
Santa though?
Isn't that a song? Santa
I
Baby?
mean, there's a song about seeing your mom fucking make out with Santa under the Christmas tree, dude.
There's a song
yeah,
that says that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
saw mommy
shit.
kissing Santa under the Christmas
Yep.
tree.
Oh shit. Okay.
Get your
Santa
cheeks
has
clapped.
been sexualized. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
What
That's
a
the side. That's
My
the
Google
side
searches
B,
are going to be wild tonight.
That's the side B to I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I have to realize
Santa Tell Me,
mommy's a
65%.
single
Santa a
mom.
hoe? You just found out Santa's a hoe? That's why
All right,
Santa
Santa.
fucked your moms.
Which
And this is why we say not for kids on YouTube, guys.
yeah, which one? I didn't hear that version growing up.
It was actually a remix by the Yin Yang Twins.
It gets weird. It gets weird in my car, in my SUV, when I play the podcast and my 4-year-old sitting in the back seat,
No.
and she goes, "Baba, is that your voice?"
He just
Yeah,
had
my
to throw
man.
in it.
Don't
He had
worry
to throw
about it.
in
Don't
my
worry
SUV.
about it.
He didn't say in my
My
sedan.
I know
In
that was
my
weird, right?
SUV.
That was weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to make sure y'all. I wanted to make sure people knew I didn't have a minivan. That's all.
All right.
Weird flex, but okay.
Nothing wrong with minivans, honestly. Yeah. I love driving minivans. I don't know what it is.
It's
All right,
weird.
so
Yeah.
All I Want for Christmas is You, back to Mariah, against Jingle Bell Rock. Obviously, come on.
Mariah won.
Right one. Yeah.
92%.
Yeah, I figured that thing be a runaway.
Ass whooping. Straight up ass whooping. All right. Frosty the Snowman versus Last Christmas by Wham.
Frosty the Snowman versus Last Christmas.
Hope
by
Frosty
Wham.
won.
Bro, if you told me Last Christmas one, I'm hanging up. I'm done.
Oh,
Those songs are on such different scales. Like, you can like both, right? I like both. I love both. What?
Both is not an option
I
here
love
in
Last
these
Christmas.
polls.
Frosty won, right? Frost.
Last Christmas. Is
58%
great.
for Last Christmas.
Oh.
Wow. That's pretty much a coin flip.
All right. Best Christmas album. We got NSYNC versus Jackson 5. This is a huge litmus test for our audience.
Right.
Right. They already don't know who Bing Crosby is, so I'm leaning toward. Actually, you never know. I mean, they might be NSYNC fans. Jackson 5 only 67%. That's shocking.
That's
We
still
can teach.
two
We
and
can
three
teach.
people.
That's an opportunity for us to teach.
Right.
Challenge accepted.
A,
All
B,
right.
C.
All right, so next up, we got Christmas Song by Nat King Cole versus Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer by DMX. Another litmus test. Wow. Wow. Nat King Cole, 43%. DMX, 57%.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
Nat
it.
King Cole is rolling in his grave. He's dead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Long time.
He's rolling
long
in his
time.
grave.
Long
Damn.
time.
The disrespect. All right. So you have to choose one to listen to on Christmas, Jackson 5 or Mariah Carey.
Is this the
Mariah.
final one? Is this the final one?
We're almost there. We're almost there.
I think Mariah won, but it's
Don't
either for me.
Wow, Mariah, 56%. Very close,
Yeah.
though.
Oh.
Close.
Close.
By a red
Respectable.
nose.
Yeah.
Proud of you. Proud
All
of you
right.
guys.
All I Want for Christmas Is You versus Last Christmas. The only two songs that won 2 rounds.
That's
Oh,
it. This
for
is
Christmas.
this is the final round.
Mariah.
Drum
Dang
roll,
it.
please. Mariah,
Mariah.
61%.
Easy money.
Mariah,
I
61%.
can't hate.
Okay.
I can't hate. Mariah's probably greatest female artist, singer.
Nick Cannon done fucked up.
All right, bonus rounds. We got 3 bonus rounds. Who won the Christmas
3
sing-off
bonus
episode
rounds.
on Fresh Prince? Carlton or Ashley?
Carlton.
Doesn't Ashley have a bomb voice? Like, wasn't it Ashley?
I can't remember this episode.
Oh, really? This is the one where Will basically says he got Boys to Men for Nikki's christening.
Oh, yeah.
And they're both singing in the church.
Yes.
So this is a late episode. This is what, season 6?
That was great. Is this the German episode where he's like, I'm a German?
No, that's the episode where Carlton confesses he's a virgin.
Oh, okay. Because Boys Man was in that one too.
Really?
Yeah. How do I? Yo,
are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Carlton won 71%. All right. Next, bonus church Jesus Christmas music poll unlocked. All right. This is a bonus round.
Okay.
Only unlocked if you got all the votes right.
All right.
Silent Night, First Little Drummer Boy. I'm expecting a
rumpa pum pum.
Silent Night, 75%.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it was gonna be that
Let's
big.
go
But I like
Silent
Silent
Night.
Night.
Yeah, it's definitely probably the best.
Boys to Men did a Silent Night too, didn't they?
Yes, they did Silent Night in that Fresh Prince episode. See?
In acapella.
That's a segue. Yep, they did.
In acapella.
Hey,
That
listen,
is a segue.
I can't be the only one who sang Silent Night to myself at least a dozen times a year.
I don't
You
know
guys sing it
about
to
that
yourself?
many
I
times.
sing it to myself all the time.
I just started thinking
pre-church
about it, singing to
ritual
myself.
It's so
now.
weird.
I mean, that sounds like a just you thing.
Okay.
in your
That sounds
SUV.
like
All right. Last bonus round. Bonus old head Christmas music in the 60s poll unlocked. Frank Sinatra first. Now, wait, who's Bing Crosby, though? We got Frank, 81%.
Damn.
Damn.
Well,
love.
at least old Blue Eyes got a little bit of love. I don't think anybody knows
All
who
right.
that King Cole is.
Quick talk into our DMs. Silent Night, First Little Drummer Boy. Jasmine said, we're talking about the Temptations version, right? Right.
So yeah, let me interject here. You have to talk about the Temptations version. I mean, there's the classic, but then there's the Black classic, and the Temptations version is what goes in every Black household, along with Donny Hathaway This Christmas, which I'm hoping and praying is on the DMs because that is another staple. Please.
Mhm.
Continue.
I told her that is the version that we did. I have no idea what I was thinking under the poll. However, oh man, Kira, she said Santa Baby This Christmas Inside Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus by the Jackson 5, and she sent us a playlist. Man, we
Cool.
should have had her do this damn poll. She got
Yeah.
loading the fire up in this job. All right, Mega the Don says National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation for the win. And
Yeah, he was
this-
responding to last week's
that
poll,
one.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, but he responded to our set it off for us bringing down the house poll, which is so disrespectful towards King Latifah's.
Y'all are hollering about Set It Off.
Set it off is that shit.
That shit was great.
Yep, that pretty much wraps up our poll. I don't think we have any more polls for the new year, but we'll probably think of something coming up. We'll definitely get it.
I'm proud of our fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good
Yeah,
stuff.
no love.
Good
I mean, we didn't get
participation.
anything from Tits for Tat this week.
Abdullah's fan favorite.
It's frustrating.
That's fine.
But,
That's all right.
that's fine.
I'm proud of our fans.
So
That-
all I want for Christmas. That's it.
That's the champ.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
based on
the
the
champ.
aggregate of percentage
Yeah.
from our votes,
Okay.
all I want for Christmas.
what would it take to supplant that?
You need a pop icon, one, and something, just equally formulaic. But somebody
would have
has
to, like-
to,
She would have
somebody
to, like,
on
convert
this.
to Islam or something.
Yeah.
Like I don't know who would be able to supplant her today. I don't know who.
I think
who
if
had
Ariana
that.
Grande.
Ariana Grande.
did her own
Ariana Grande.
rendition,
Okay.
right? But I think she's
Okay.
maxed out. She's done all these Christmas songs, and they haven't gotten.
Yeah.
She's
that
too
level.
busy
I think-
singing about
yeah.
positions.
It probably won't get supplanted.
No,
Yeah.
Mariah she's a monster, man.
Yeah. She just makes
Yeah,
hits,
yeah.
bro.
I was thinking about that because I wanted to do a segment on that too. I think she's just hands down like she kills anything she does.
Yeah.
It's really
She
tough
does.
to supplant her.
Yeah.
There's a community of Mariah haters that really bother me.
Why?
No,
There are. You're right.
They're out there.
I'm just
They're
like-
out there.
Because they're
Out there,
haters.
and it bothers me. Like the Mariah Hive, like you get it. Like vocally, Mariah from like day one, from '89 when she came out with Visions of Love, damn, I really suck. Mariah fan.
No,
Yeah,
I went down this rabbit
Like
hole maybe a few months
I
ago.
know,
like,
but I grew up listening to it, and my dad,
yeah.
R.I.P. my dad fucking had that was her, that was his like woman crush, like what do you call it, celeb crush.
Yeah.
So we grew up listening to Mariah Carey, like from '89 on up, every album, every feature. Like
I don't think she's ever near top.
and being a Wu-Tang fan in 1996 when fucking when the ODB remix
That
came,
crossover
to
you didn't
Fantasy,
see coming. Yeah.
Woo! I was like Mariah and Wu-Tang.
Not even
like
even beyond that, she did a song with Bone Thugs, and that song was amazing too.
Yeah.
Really
they
good.
all were. Yo,
All of her songs.
what was it
and
called?
the crazy thing
Breakdown.
is, she
Breakdown was
wrote
amazing.
all of
Mobb
her
Deep.
music. Like
Yeah.
she wrote all of her shit.
Nah, I mean Babyface wrote a lot of her shit too. Babyface
Majority
wrote
of
a
her
lot of
biggest
her
hits.
shit.
So not
I
every
don't-
single song, but she has writing credits on pretty much.
I would say a considerable
Most.
amount, over 50% of.
Yeah,
all
of her hits.
They've co-wrote, but
Yeah.
Babyface has definitely been
But I'm saying
part of
as
the writing.
opposed to like Whitney Houston, who didn't write
okay.
much, if any,
Right.
of her music, right? Or Beyonce, who has
Sure.
you know, a mixed bag.
Yeah, of course.
So to answer my own question, I don't think anything is ever going to top it because this shit is ridiculous. There's Cosmopolitan put out a couple of facts about this shit. First song to be a #1 hit in 4 separate decades. Okay, she's won 3 Guinness World Records for it. It's actually broken the record for the most played song on Spotify twice. On Christmas Day in 2018, the song broke Spotify's single day record with 10.8 million plays in 24 fucking hours. Okay. Then on Christmas Day, it broke that record 2019 by playing 12 million streams. She got an animated movie out of it. She got a Christmas cover from it. Bro, I just.
Yeah, now that I think about it, you can't, it's going to be almost impossible to top because think about it, you only have a very limited window for the shit to pop anyway, right? So if you're going to come, you got to bring the fucking heat and have it hit like right after Thanksgiving. And I don't know, man. I think it's a mainstay. I think it's here for a while.
Yeah. Plus, can we talk about that album cover? Because that shit was sexy, man. Her in a little Santa costume. Just kind of bent over like this, like kind of like, looking all bashful and shit. You're like, yeah, okay.
Like Mariah. You see it.
I see you. All I want for Christmas,
Big facts.
Well, I guess she's.
How did Nick Cannon?
And then he fucked it up.
Fucking so stupid.
Eminem never wrote this song about Mariah.
Oh yeah, fire diss. God.
Nick Cannon wrote a song about Mariah.
No. I can't remember much. I can't remember much of that song except for a part where he referenced taking a shit on her stomach or some shit.
All right.
Yeah. And she wrote a song back to him.
Yeah.
Obsessed.
Yeah.
Speaking of shits on stomachs, I think Jamal has a surprise for us, doesn't he?
How'd you know I have to take a shit on camera?
Oh, shit.
All right, real quick, guys. I got to pop my earphones out for this. Check it out.
Oh, wow. I love it.
Wow.
Bro, is that available for Christmas?
That's right, hoes. I got the first dab in Participation Trophy Podcast merch.
Bro.
Wow.
Thanks to the lovely ladies at Power of 3 Productions. So,
yeah, I
wanted to flex a little bit.
If that's not motivating.
Listen.
Damn, I may have put my name on a shirt.
Can you stand up? Can you stand up one more time and show?
Trying to get my crotch in the show.
And so, for those of you who are listening and aren't watching us on YouTube, Jamal has shown us a beautiful shirt with all of our names on it. Big white letters on a black shirt.
Yes. So I thought I'd pop this, flex a little bit. We're all gonna have one soon, and as we expand this thing and build out, we will have other people wearing our shit. So when you're out at Target doing your last minute gift shopping, and people are like, "Excuse me, is that a basketball team?" You can say, "Well, we talk basketball," and then the participation trophy.
Yeah.
Listen to us talk about many things. So that's a surprise, guys. Hope you dig it. Like I said, we're gonna.
I had like 40 things lined.
That's real cool.
I had 40 things lined up for what Jamal's surprise could have possibly been.
Yeah,
and this would not have been.
That's what's up, man.
This is a good one.
That's tight. A
Now I know why you ain't wearing this Christmas sweater tonight, man. Like,
man, listen, I'm already burning. I was burning up in the hoodie.
Yeah,
you know, I fucking run
yeah,
hot.
me
I'm
left
like
out in the dark here, like
shit.
by myself. Yeah, I feel you.
Jamal's like, can we fast forward this fucking bullshit?
I don't know how y'all wear hoodies and sweat. No, I can't do it.
You not a hoodie guy?
I'm not a hoodie guy in the house.
Right.
Okay.
Burn up.
I'm in the basement most of the time, so I gotta wait for that.
No, I have a ridiculous hoodie collection. I mean, ridiculous.
Okay.
I actually had to stop buying hoodies this fall and winter because I don't have place anywhere to put them now. But yeah. But we're gonna build this out, man. I'm liking, Joe All Pro Reels. I'm thinking hats. I'm thinking
let's do it.
Hoodies, all that shit. Water bottles, you name it.
I'll be wearing that shit at the fucking Capital One Arena while I'm taking pictures for the Washington Times too. You bet your ass on that.
Exactly. Yeah. We gotta build the brand.
Did those five play on the Wizard? Yes, they did.
Yes, they did. In fact, they did.
Absolutely did. That's fantastic, man. So look for merch soon. We'll get that up on the page as well, and hopefully sell the shit out of that. I love that. I'll be pulling that out everywhere. All right. So let's talk about we are talking about Wizards. We'll stick with sports. We'll jump into a little bit of stripper and Washington football. We'll see what the two of those things have to do together. I guess. Ring the bell. Ring. All right. So the Washington football team yesterday took on the Seattle Seahawks in what could have been a very, very crucial game to their playoff chances. They lost. Everybody kind of expected that they would lose that game. There's a little bit of talk about what happened after the game. I don't really know if it's a big story.
It's going to be one.
It's fairly quiet so far.
Surprised it's not a big story. I don't understand. I Googled the shit out of it. Nothing.
It'll blow
there's still some buzz out there about the time frame when that picture was taken. Like some people are still talking about. They're saying that. Go ahead.
There was in the audio, something about Stephon Gilmore's in the background, and apparently that about his injury or something. And
right,
Stephon Gilmore for the Patriots.
Correct.
Okay.
Wait, there's audio to that. Cool. Hold on, back up, Zain. Can you explain what we're talking about here? Because we were talking about Washington football, but then we didn't really explain why we're talking about strippers and poles and all those things.
Yeah, because there's only one tweet on the internet about it. Long story short, there was some girl posted something on her IG story, and it was one of them was a bunch of girls, not sure if they're strippers, but they're in a house and they're all wearing Dwayne Haskins jerseys or something like that. So
they didn't really look like strippers. They didn't really have that
stripper vibe. They didn't have stripper vibes.
They didn't have the look really. They might have been, just guess. Yeah.
So
and we're sure they're not Joe Theismann. They're not Joe Theismann jerseys.
No,
that would be a crazy twist if Joe Theismann was actually there at the strip club. So then the next image is of like a guy that looks like Dwayne Haskins with the same girl next to him, and there's like some ass in the background. So it looks like it's at a strip club. And then later on, those tweets were deleted, right? So already have a charge of getting rid of evidence, obstruction of justice.
Yeah.
And then there's an audio clip. Apparently, there's audio somewhere, and in the background they discuss Stephon Gilmore getting hurt or getting injured, and that day Stephon Gilmore did get injured in that game. Apparently.
Ooh, man, that's bad.
That adds because the timeline, there's no way to prove it, but that's the only evidence there pretty much is.
Yeah.
But I think it's definitely him. She's apparently wearing a watch that he might have worn another picture, and then he's also wearing something that he's wore before. So I don't know. It's crazy.
So what do we think the team has to do? So we're talking about this on a Monday night. He just literally played the day before. They don't necessarily know if Alex Smith is 100% back yet or not. Like, who knows if the NFL is going to step in?
I'm just shocked there's nothing else on the internet about it. There's like nothing.
This is giving me some pause.
But no, yeah, definitely give it some pause. But like, this is sometimes what teams do. Like, right before something big is about to come out, everybody's trying to like get their shit together and figure out what's going on, the full story before coming out with shit rushed. Like that could be this downtime right now.
Monday and Tuesday are off days in the NFL now. You don't have anything going on. There's Monday Night Football. I think if anything happens, it's tomorrow. It's early tomorrow. Nobody has to do any media interviews tomorrow. So you kind of can throw that news out in the morning and then fucking run through it.
But I'm talking about like members of the media. Like usually somebody throws out something.
I mean,
a tweet.
Yeah, because it wasn't like that when the
Chris
the
Miller and
toxic
John Wall.
culture inside the team story. There were just so many breadcrumbs leading up to the actual. I mean, it felt like it was like
that
over
was
a week
something
of
they
that.
wanted to quote unquote get right before they released it. I mean,
Okay.
with this amount of information, you could
Different
write
type of
something,
story.
right?
Yeah.
Like something like.
look, if this wasn't COVID times, right? I wouldn't give a shit what he was doing.
No, of course not.
I to be honest with you, like it's just, dude, if that's what you want to do, you want to jam out at Stadium Club, man, fucking go do your thing. But like, this is one thing I fucking hate is that this team should be talking about nothing but the opportunity to close out the division next week, and instead, there's this other nonsense happening. And if it's not true, then fuck it, like it's done. Like that's cool, you know. And then, but that dude who put it out should have to deal with this consequences of that too, right?
That's an awareness thing. Like why? I don't know.
So I got a text from my boy, the biggest Washington fan I know since I met him when we were kids. And he's felt a certain way about Haskins. I mean, put the background out there. He wasn't thrilled with the pick. He kind of warmed up to Haskins when Haskins got benched. That confirmed a lot of the problems he had with him in the first place. We kind of live tweeted or live watched the game the other day, and he was more confident about him than normal. So this is somebody who basically Haskins got back in his good graces, and then I dropped the tweet with the pictures in our group chat, and he didn't respond for a couple hours, and I said that's weird. Finally, he responded a few hours later, and he had that lava. So he said, and I didn't respond to the Haskins shit, but he doesn't need to come back to Redskins Park.
Ooh.
He doesn't get it. Like, that's one of the reasons he got benched, not taking shit seriously. Then my man Ron Rivera still ain't out of the woods with cancer, and you bring random bitches around stripping and shit.
That's the biggest.
Risking everyone's health. We trying to win a division this year. Fuck him. Never hated a Skins player this much in my life as I hate him right now. Then he goes on. Ask the Ravens how much COVID can damage a season. One play, fucked around and caught it, and cost them 2 games, and now they fighting for their playoff spot because they had key people missing when they were rolling.
Preach.
Honestly, I was about to argue for a second and say we still gotta wait for some context, but the bottom line is if those pictures were recent and those pictures portray what it looked like, right? You're around just random women and maskless, yada yada yada, drinking, smoke, whatever. So if it comes down to that, yeah, you're putting everybody at risk, especially a coach that is already fighting for his life.
I mean, can you imagine if
Haskins
ushered in a COVID breakout in Washington? Oh my God.
It's already happened to 2 teams at least.
Yeah.
And it's because of shit like this.
So here's my thing. I'm a really competitive person. And if I'm at work and there's somebody out working me, I'm going to study what they're doing. And I'm gonna figure out what they're doing that's making them shine in front of the boss. It's not to take away from them. I'm not trying to like Nancy Kerrigan or Tanya Harding and cut their legs out and shit, but I'm gonna figure out the things they're doing and try to emulate it, right? So I'm watching yesterday, and typically the teams will run out like about 10:30 for a 1 o'clock game and start their warm-up procedures. Russ Wilson was out there at like 10:35, 10:40. 11 o'clock, 11:10, 11:15, 11:20. All of a sudden, Haskins comes running out. Russ Wilson had already been out there throwing on both ends of the field. He was doing fades. He was doing cross routes. He ran back into the back and came back out again from running out and running back into the locker room and was doing laps around FedEx Field. Haskins came walking up to him as he was running to tap him on the shoulder and, do one of them like, what's up, bro? Bro, Russ didn't even look back, bro. He was so locked in. He just kept running and just kept running around the stadium. And it's not to say that like, oh my God, Russell Wilson, like, but dude, you find what these all pro quarterbacks are doing and you emulate that shit. And I just don't, for the life of me, I don't see it. It's about it's about dancing. It's about like grooving. It's about like, oh, what's playing on the loudspeaker at the stadium right now. And it's about dapping up and giving handshakes and throwing bombs. And at the end of the day, it just, to me, it's a microcosm of a much bigger problem. And it's like, you just don't get it. Right. You just don't get it. And to be a quarterback,
it's the Kwame vibes.
Yes.
Yeah. You're right. You're like that. It's the tone, the demeanor, the approach. I get it. Yeah.
And I love this team, man. I've loved this team my entire life, man. I wanted nothing more than for this to be the ushering in of a brand new, like, the quarterback for the next decade. I wanted that to be true.
He looks the part, man, like that. And that's what pisses me off. And I watched the game in its entirety. Like, he looks the part. He can throw a crisp ball. They run a lot of easy plays for him where it removes the necessity for checkdowns, right? Like, it's always a screen. It's always a quick slant. It's always somebody in the flat, right? Very quick throws where the 90% of the work has to be done by the position player, the guy who catches the ball, right? Because it's only a 2-yard pass. And the rest of it is like, who's blocking downfield? How can I get around this defense? So for Haskins, like, beyond those throws, he's got nothing to provide. And so
even the screen, like, I don't know how it looks on TV, man. And again, I get, as a photographer, you just get locked in on what I'm seeing. But even the screen passes, they compared to like what Russ is doing, like, they just look wobbly. They look wobbly coming out.
Right.
It doesn't look crisp. It just, to me, it's just kind of this.
They look okay. He can throw a crisp ball. I've seen him throw a crisp ball, although even if the ones that are being overthrown,
his touch
right?
is lacking.
So and that's the problem. He looks the part. I just feel like nobody in that organization has felt the need to commit to developing him, and I think he could have a promising future in the league.
I don't think
not here. No, not here at all. That's my point. If he can find a team that could look at a guy like Dwayne Haskins and say, hey, we can develop him. Like, he needs commitment. He never had commitment from the very beginning. He never had it from Jay Gruden. He never had it from Ron Rivera. He's a Dan Snyder guy. We all know this, right? That's fine. That's what made the pick. But if you don't have a coaching staff that's behind you, that's willing to take the time to develop you, that's all part of the approach, the vision. They had no vision with Dwayne Haskins.
But they can't stop you from going to the strip club.
And at the same time, Abdullah, there's no guarantee that another coaching staff who does show him that love and support
he'll be fine. Yeah, I get that too.
Well, of course, but
it could definitely be a Dwayne Haskins specific issue that he just can't prosper wherever he goes because of ABC.
I mean, as a person who has, and the freaking Bengals are about to beat the fucking Steelers. Jesus Christ,
that's so annoying. But go ahead.
As a person who's defended him, like, I was arguing for his chance, right?
Yes.
To get exactly what you're stating, right?
Right.
And I think on the field, I don't think he's been given the opportunity. I don't think so. But everything he's doing off the field is so damaging that it nullifies those things, right? Like,
and all of this coming, like, I'm pretty sure during the broadcast yesterday, people were raving about him and how he was running the scout team and holding himself together.
Yes. The broadcast, the fans, no. The fans are still,
sure,
no matter what he does, it's a different story. But the broadcast, yes. But at the end of the day, I mean, everything, all these events are adding up, right? At a certain point, like, you have to be so, it's like when you're on drugs, right? Like, you have to get so low. It's like such a low point.
Yeah, I understand.
You have to get to that low point before shit starts changing, right?
Yeah.
And he's just not there, right?
Right.
So, and maybe a certain coach could bring out of him on the field, but this off the field stuff is just.
It sounds like, and Abdullah mentioned Kwame a little while ago. You take the off the field stuff and just kind of set that aside for a second. He started 1 year at Ohio State, right?
Right, yep. Exactly.
Right.
And
he sat for one though too, right? He
backed up JT Barrett, right?
Well,
JT Barrett, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying he had one full season as a starter, right?
Correct, which is very limited experience.
Right.
Yeah.
But everything seems to always funnel back to his lack of maturity, lack of preparation, and he strikes me as one. And we see these guys in every single sport who have basically been given this gift of exceptional talent and really never had to work that hard. And I come back to Kwame because I don't think. I mean, yes, Kwame got mentally eaten alive by Michael Jordan. He probably wasn't that great to begin with, but I think he could have been better. But I don't think Kwame had to really. I don't think he bust his ass in the gym. I don't think he had to work hard against his competition. And it seems like Dwayne feels like, I can kind of coast a little bit until Sunday.
Exactly. But in football, you can't.
My
basketball, you can get away with
ability
it.
will carry me.
In football, you can't.
And this is by no means any slander to Randy Moss, right? But there was a point in his career where people said, imagine what Randy Moss would have been if he had Jerry Rice's work ethic, right? But Randy Moss was that type of a specimen where, regardless of he to the umpteenth degree, right? Like Randy Moss got away with it. This motherfucker scored 25 touchdowns in one season. With the Patriots, right? So, but the Kwame vibes, it's the Kwame vibes it's a nature. It's exactly what you just described, Jamal. A guy who has the natural talents, was able to coach his way to where he got. Kwame got to the NBA and he thought it was just smooth sailing from that point. I'm gonna get paid, so I'm gonna eat this much Popeyes in my fucking 800.
Imagine if they had the chicken sandwich back then,
right? You know what I mean? And I'm gonna get called, the other F word by Michael Jordan.
Right.
And one of the funniest stories about Kwame Brown that I read was how terrified he was of roundabouts in DC.
Oh my, really? I've never read that one. I've never read that one.
So I think somebody sent me a link. It might have been you, Zain, because you sent me links all the fucking time.
There is an amazing article about
Kwame. You did send it to me, yeah.
Is that the French
about
dressing
Kwame?
Yes, the French dressing restaurant.
Okay.
The French dressing one, and the one where his agent took him to his apartment, and when the agent was about to leave, Kwame's like, "Where are you going?"
Really?
He's like, "You're not staying? You're not staying here with me?" And he's like, "No." He's like, "I've never spent the night alone before." Like, there was a lot of stuff going on there.
But see, that's a mentality, man. Haskins kind of,
But bro, you can get away with that shit in the NBA as a 6'10", 6'11".
Right.
Kwame Brown played 13 years in the NBA.
Yeah.
He did.
And Haskins ain't lasting 13 years in the NFL.
There's
levels to this shit, right?
Attributes that Kwame had that allowed him.
There's levels to this shit. Like Kwame is the bar, right? Like the low bar, right? Or the bar itself, because he did play 13 years, like you said.
For his
but there's a
defense.
nature, there's a way that you approach the game that Dwayne Haskins just lacks.
Right.
Like you said, he needs to be in that. He needs to be mimicking those guys and blah blah blah. Whatever.
Again, back to the start, right? If I've got a coworker who's outperforming me and he's setting the bar that my boss continues to give him bonuses for, I'm gonna try to figure out what he's doing. And if that guy is willing to teach me, that's even better, right? Because you've got a proven track record that Alex Smith is the type of motherfucker who doesn't care about teaching the guy who's behind him everything he knows. Patrick Mahomes, I would just be like, hey, dude, I need to know everything that you taught Patrick Mahomes, and I'm willing to do whatever the fuck it is that you need me to do. The last thing that I want to hear about my starting quarterback who just got drafted last year is that you're getting beat to work by 3 hours every fucking day that you have work.
Yeah.
That's not the mentality that's going to get you that job. Like, so look, man, to me, I wish him the best. I hope this fucking strip club thing turns out not to be true. At the end of the day, I want what's best for this organization. And I do trust that Ron Rivera is going to do the right thing, regardless if that means Travis Henneke is a fucking starting quarterback for a division title next week, man. I mean,
wait, who? Say that again?
Taylor
Henneke,
man. Former Old Dominion QB.
So give me a quick debrief on the Washington football team quarterback situation right now.
So
Alex is hurt. Kyle is hurt.
Then they have Montez.
Steven Montez.
And then they have Heineke.
Montez is hurt too?
No, he's just not the option. Heineke,
he's just not the option.
However you say that his last name is preferred backup to Haskins, which would have
so if Haskins doesn't go this week for whatever reason for
Steven Montez.
I mean,
it's all about Alex Smith's health. I mean, but now with the strip club.
So Alex Smith still has a chance.
No, Alex
And
Smith,
if he's
they were
healthy.
hoping that he was going to be a limited participant this past Friday, and maybe have a slim shot at playing against Seattle. But then they're like, okay, no, let's shut it down. Give him another full week.
Yeah.
I think
so more than likely he's starting.
You're probably going to lose this game anyway, right? So you're better off resting him.
Like this game was, to talk about the game alone, like literally they were without everybody. They were without their starting quarterback in Alex Smith, without their starting running back in Antonio Gibson, without one of their starting safeties, two of their starting linebackers.
We wouldn't even be talking about Dwayne Haskins in the strip club and his tendencies. We would be talking about Dustin Hopkins' fucking inability to kick fucking extra points had it not been for this nonsense that happens and continues to follow this kid around. That's what we would be talking about. Dustin Hopkins is kicking at 76 fucking % on his field goal attempts this year, man. It's
the average.
It's good for 24th in the league. Okay. And let's not talk about the timing of the field goals that he's missing, because that in itself has cost his team 3 wins now. 3 fucking wins on a season where you're 1 game away from clinching a division title. Anyways, I digress. The most Redskins thing that could possibly happen is Steven Montez comes in. He fucking looks like shit. And then Ron Rivera's guy, who he had in Carolina, comes in and finishes a game and wins some crazy 9-6 game against Carolina to fucking win the division. That would be the most Redskins thing to possibly happen.
But hey, listen, it's gonna be the fucking defense that does it. I'm gonna be the outsider here that's going to shed some positivity on your fucking souls right now, because you sound miserable.
Thank you.
And here's my take. The Washington football team defense belongs in the playoffs. Period. They belong in the playoffs. A qualified NFC playoff offense deserves to play the Washington football team defense, because they've been winning games. They've been keeping them close.
Yeah, it's been the defense.
Listen. Seattle was up 20-3 yesterday, and you didn't really feel it. It was a very slow processing, slow process, because
especially when you get it 6 points at a time.
Because there was plenty of plays, there were plenty of drives where they stopped them.
Even in the first half, that was the case.
The pass rush, whatever it was.
You know what happens when they hear Chase Young?
The secondary, they were able to stop them on multiple drives. It was 6-0 still midway through the second quarter. Yeah,
that's what happens when Chase Young comes. That's what happens.
Yeah, and that's it. And that's what's going to keep you in the fucking
Mama
game.
Young says, keep trucking.
That's what's going to keep you in the fucking game.
Oh, my favorite part. My favorite part of yesterday's game was that the possession where they scored the second touchdown of the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the J.D. McKissic.
Chase Young. They were going one direction and then they end up switching directions in the quarter. Chase Young. They were backed up on like the 3 or 4 yard line, I think. Chase Young, who by the way does not sit on the bench like the rest of the defensive players, he is constantly up and around. Last week he was yelling at Sherman on the sideline for no reason. He was just yelling at him, screaming at him. And this week he was screaming at the offense, telling y'all gotta do some shit. Y'all gotta do some shit. And he just kept screaming at him. And Ron Rivera is standing right next to him. And I'm just like, bro, he must be like, Ron Rivera must be fucking deaf by the time like this guy's done like screw. But you just love that. Like that's the energy that they need to feed on. Yes, I agree with you, Abdullah.
They'll continue to do that. So who does the team run out the season with?
Alex Smith.
The last two. No. I'm sorry.
Carolina and Philadelphia. So theoretically, 2 W's if they can keep their shit together.
The defense is going to smash both those teams.
That's the hope.
Come on, Zain. From a defensive perspective, come on, defense. Bridgewater had a good game.
Teddy B.
He looked good. Jalen Hurts looks good. I agree.
I mean, Carolina.
I don't want to play the division.
The Washington defense will always keep them in. In Philly, it doesn't matter at this point. Home field doesn't exist.
Right.
So it's all about matchups.
I think they do well against Philly.
By the way, I
think they do well against Philly.
Yeah, I think so too.
It depends on the quarterback, the style of quarterback they play.
I like Hurts. I think Hurts has a sharp ass arm. He's a little inaccurate, but
how do you like his measurables?
You know who he reminds me of?
Paul George.
No, I'm gonna go hip hop here. Stack Bundles.
R.I.P. Stack Bundles.
I know Zain can relate. Jamal.
R.I.P.
Remember Stack Bundles from?
Yeah. I'm with you.
Oh, Joe Budden squad. Yeah. Okay. Anyways.
Shout out Nathan
R.I.P.
Gary. Shout out Nathan Gary, Philadelphia Eagles. If you don't know who he is, he's the guy who flicked me off in my picture and got me on Barstool Philadelphia. He was placed on injured reserve yesterday.
Bro, I went to war for you that day. You know that, right? I went to Twitter
war.
war.
Joe, are you still private on Twitter because of that?
I got destroyed by a bunch of Philly fans for this motherfucker, man.
I'll always remember you for standing on that battle hill with me,
You should get a hat, Twitter.
Joe, you still private on Twitter because of
look at his buddy over here. Look at his buddy over here.
Philly fans, bro, I will never go up against those dudes again, man. That's a different breed. That's a different breed of people. So let's go. Enough of the Redskins. Let's quickly go around the NFL again. The Jets.
Even when they win, they lose.
The Jets fucked up their chance of Trevor Lawrence. The Miami Dolphins continue to win. I know Abdullah wanted to spend 20 minutes on that, but we'll just touch that base. Anything else? Tom Brady went to Atlanta and actually didn't fuck up again, right? He actually pulled this one. Well, he pulled off.
The Falcons are weird, man.
Fucked up again.
Falcons are weird. Like they could easily be a Super Bowl contender.
I like their fighting for Raheem. I like Raheem. I've always liked.
They should be winning.
Like him too. He's not gonna keep the job, but
they should be winning games, man. They should be winning games.
Atlanta has always been stacked. They just underachieved.
You know how fun, and you always match it to how you play with them on Madden. And I do that all the time. Atlanta is fucking fun to play with in Madden.
Abdullah's like, yeah, Julio Jones and Roddy White back in the day, and now Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley.
And you had Freeman.
Mm-hmm.
And you had Tevin Coleman. Yeah, so you had dual running backs. You had Roddy White, and you had Matt Ryan, 90 plus.
What is Matt Ryan's career?
Tony Gonzalez, right?
I don't know, man.
That's a great question.
That's a good question, but I don't know.
Didn't Matt Ryan and Phillip Rivers have the same career?
Phenomenal quarterback. Phenomenal, in my opinion.
Wow, that's bold.
Phenomenal. Yeah, he's been very good over here. He's a smart guy.
Over the course of how many years has he played in the league? Like you got to be really good to be able to deal with all the things that he's dealt with. The multiple coaches.
Yeah.
I
think you're right. I think
he's also had a lot of great skill position players.
Exactly.
So it's
but what else? But what else?
I mean, their Super Bowl window was ruined by injuries. Yeah. They had a developing defense that was very comparable to early on. They compared it to Seattle, the potential they had with the speed on defense, safeties, linebackers. But right now he's slipping hard for me.
He puts up stats. To me, that's what he does. He puts up stats with good talent around him, but like he's blown a Super Bowl and not done anything else besides that.
But here's the thing, right? And this is, and I'm gonna defend him here. Like you're up 28-3, right? The onus of that Super Bowl goes on everybody, right? From giving up how many 28 unanswered points, the coaching staff all around. Like he's a prime example of if he's put up numbers and points, like what else can he do, right? Like just win. I just don't buy that. For me personally,
there's always been a lot of question about their coaching as well. Like there was a season where Julio Jones, amongst top receivers, had the least targets in the red zone. Shit like that matters, right? Like when you have a receiver like Julio Jones.
That's what the Packers do with Devontae Adams.
And for whatever reason, they go through some other approach in the red zone where it takes you away from your talent. That's evidently what happened, right? If you're scoring that least amount of touchdowns.
They had Tony Gonzalez too. Oh
my God. I mean, we're taking it. Did Matt Ryan have Tony Gonzalez?
Yeah, early in his career.
Yeah.
Oh, early in his career. Okay, I can't really remember.
They were stacked. They had Tony
this
Gonzalez.
This was post Kansas City.
That was
Tony
early
Gonzalez.
In Matt Ryan. You know, Matt Ryan's first career pass was a touchdown pass. Does anybody ever remember that?
I mean, he in his first year, he made Mike Lombardi's blue chip list. I mean, off the top, he was considered an elite quarterback. Mostly because he could run the no-huddle offense. He knew the whole playbook by heart. He was great. I think his physical limitations have kind of limited him recently. I've seen him under pressure, and it's just not there right now. So it's sad because he's one of those quarterbacks that had a lot of skill, a lot of talent around him, and it looks like he's going to end his career without another, conference championship or conference game.
Yeah, I don't think Atlanta's close to anything.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers probably not going to win another Super Bowl.
We really just had a sob segment about Matt Ryan. Sad as fuck right now.
All right. Talk about Tua for a second. You excited about that QB run that he had for a touchdown?
Yeah. I mean, listen, when you have a top
five, are you excited about fucking breaking this dude down, Cam Newton? Or is that what you're excited about?
It's cool. Cam's had a good year.
Oh, modesty.
When you have a top 5 pick and you need a franchise and you need a franchise
Cam like this. I hate seeing Cam like this.
Yeah, it's been so bad to watch.
I hate seeing him like this, man.
I didn't expect them to come in and dominate, but
I mean,
it's painful watching Cam struggle.
Mm-hmm.
The guy was a year and a half out from playing. You're in Belichick's system, which is like foreign to any other team, right? And you don't really have stars around you. I mean, the Patriots had, some
Jacoby Myers,
young guys. Yeah, right.
They went through all their running backs.
And they played well, but they're not stars by any means. They're not somebody you can kind of fall back on and have a, like a safety valve kind of player on your offense.
Cam's on.
I don't know why the fuck we're talking about the Patriots.
1 year.
Hold on. Cam's on a 1 year deal with New England, right?
I think it's 1 year.
He is a pending free agent.
I don't know what happens next.
I love this bit where we don't let Abdullah talk about this.
I know, it's all good. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't give a shit.
It's like us playing keep away. We're like have this ball.
Hey, we're in the bubble, okay? So that's our discourse on this fucking show means shit to me, as we control our own destiny. No conversation on this fucking show will change our playoff expectations or chances. So suck a dick.
Oh.
Jesus.
It's all good. It's all good. We're 9-5. We're good.
Congratulations on the Patriots not being good and placing second place in your division.
Hey, I've been waiting for that headline for 20 years. Dolphins eliminate Patriots from playoff race.
2 weeks ago, didn't we talk about how amazing Bill Belichick is, and then all of a sudden his team
when they were 6-6
after that?
Yeah, I think it's a great season for them no matter what. I mean,
hey, would New England winning the Super Bowl this year been like a far-fetched
winning the Super Bowl?
No, honestly,
like insane.
Honestly, would it be that far-fetched though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Considering what we think of Belichick, really.
No. It would absolutely be far-fetched.
Jamal,
they had no. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I think so. They had no talent on that squad, man.
Yeah,
I know.
Get out. But you're on some loony shit right now.
I'm just trying to gauge where we're holding Belichick as a coach. I mean, and I know it's still high, even if he hadn't won. But the
Their
Patriots
was
for
a wild
second
card game.
For a second, the Patriots had a chance at the playoffs.
Yeah, but they will get smoked in the playoffs.
Yeah.
No.
Abdullah, they got your mailman playing wide receiver. I'm pretty sure. Like, come on, man. Come on.
I'm not dying on no hill for the Patriots, man. Fuck them.
Yo, but how much does that suck that like the year that it opens up, the Buffalo Bills do some shit that they haven't done in 30
that's
years.
it. Hey, listen, I'll say this about being a Dolphins fan. Every fucking decade is a different team. I grew up a Bills hater. Then I became a Jets hater because of Mark fucking Sanchez. And now I'm a Patriots hater. And Peyton Manning played in the AFC East for about 5 years while I was a fan. So
wow.
Fuck him too for a minute. But yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so the Bills are what, 11-3 now, man.
Yo,
that's my guy, Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs.
Didn't they shit on Josh Allen coming out of the draft?
I mean, he was really bad his first season.
And he was bad his first season too.
He was horrible.
I can tell you that. He was horrible.
Yeah.
But now he's looking like what?
I
top
miss
5
rookie
quarterback?
Josh Allen so bad.
See, Haskins fans just need to be patient, right?
Right.
Oh, no matter what, you got to build around your strengths, right?
Yeah,
he
was horrible. Like no one, you know how we never thought that Jimmy Butler was going to become like an all-out scorer. Remember when he first came out, he was just like a premier defender.
Yeah,
Jimmy Butler, and then he started to get in the more offensive groove and start becoming a shooter. Josh Allen, I never thought was ever going to be able to throw a ball. I was like, this motherfucker's going to be like this.
Not this fast.
Exactly. I thought he was just going to be like a utility, all-purpose. Like I'll throw when I have to, because he was better on his legs. He beat teams with his legs in his rookie season.
He's so fast.
He was insane with his legs. They're already comparing him to Steve Young and shit. I was like, fuck that.
He's built like Cam too.
But he would overthrow wide open receivers.
Can you tell Neil who Steve Young is first? Jesus Christ, man.
I know who Steve Young is.
Throwing out relics out here.
He knows him from
Neil-
NFL primetime and shit.
Yeah, he's like, he played quarterback.
Monday Night
But he was
Football
a model.
countdown guy.
This motherfucker ran the ball.
Neil, were you still a zygote when the Bills were really
Yeah.
good back in the 90s?
When they lost all 4 straight
He's
Super
like,
Bowls with Jim
Troy
Kelly.
Polamalu.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Oh,
He's
that's
like
my
Troy
son right there.
Polamalu, the guy from the Head and Shoulders commercials.
Yeah.
Hey, Troy
Neil-
Polamalu
Neil-
had some highlights
Neil knew
back in the day.
Neil knew I was really abusive in the early '90s when the
You know
Dolphins
what
kept on
Neil
getting
should
beaten by the
do?
Bills. That's why I
Neil-
remember that
Neil-
shit. 4 straight Super Bowls. Yeah, fuck man. I used to get my
Neil,
ass
you
whooped for
need
that
to
shit.
start a YouTube channel and do reactions. You know these young kids do reactions of like
Oh,
songs
like,
like
to the
10
old
years
songs?
ago.
Yeah, like Phil Collins and shit.
Yeah, like that
Oh,
shit. He's
so
like,
Yeah,
good.
we should do the same thing
Jeff,
with
you
sports
would,
clips.
you would kill it.
Yeah.
We should show him like recording like songs off the radio on the tape player and shit. Like
I would do that
I-
shit with my
trying to
sister's
cut off the
boombox.
commercials and shit.
Leave
You
him in the
missed
room
that
with a
shit?
typewriter and shit.
I used to do that shit.
Yo.
You know what the funniest thing was? I recorded a song one time, and in the background, my sister yelled my name. And literally every time I heard that song, I
You
would be like,
expected
what?
your name to-
Real quick, I know we get off target.
Fuck it.
The first time I saw Throw Your Guns, Onyx Throw Your Guns,
Yeah.
but it was only on fucking Jukebox Network. I came home from school and the shit so happened to come on at the same time. I put my stereo, my boombox up to the speakers
To
of the TV.
Yes.
All you heard was like scratching and shit, like before, and I was like, the song was mad low, but I was still like recording it, like listening to that shit on the bus. Oh my god, man.
And you still bump that shit.
Fuck yeah.
So I have an exact equivalent to that story. It's nowhere near the song you just said. It was Kokomo from the Beach Boys. That was my song in second grade.
Wow.
That shit, we waited all day. My dad waited all day for that shit to come on VH1.
Yeah.
And and when it came on, he had the boombox ready, and my baby sister, who was about 6 months old, was sitting like leaning on him. So when it came on, he hopped off the couch to record it for me. She fell off the couch and started crying, but my dad still recorded the song, bro. For 3 straight months, I bumped that shit with my baby sister crying in the background.
He said, "That's where we wanna go."
Go, and she's crying in the background, and I'm cussing her out while singing along to the song at the same time.
I'm just imagining Neil listening to the song late at night tonight and like,
Kokomo
What
with the
is
Beach
this
Boys
trash?
off the
Drop the
Cocktail
chow for this?
soundtrack.
yeah.
I bought the entire Cocktail soundtrack for that fucking song.
Bro,
Yo.
Cocktail was such a good movie. Such
oh
a
my
good
god,
movie.
it's the greatest worst movie ever, along with
Greatest
Detention.
worst movie. That's
Yeah, I'll watch.
Such a-
I'll watch fucking
Joe.
young Tom Cruise do anything. I don't
Joe,
know.
Bro,
I-
wanted
I-
to,
how many
Cocktail
times did you
made me
flip your
wanna
bottle
be-
in the air?
I wanted to be a bartender
Oh
because
my
of
Yes.
god,
Cocktail.
all those fucking tricks he was
Period.
doing and shit,
Yes.
just getting laid left and right. So-
Yes. until
Jamal's
I
like,
got
look at these
fucking-
white guys.
Look,
Look at me, Joe.
until I got yelled at.
Oh, I know
Until
this
got
song,
yelled at by
CB4.
my first
Aruba,
manager.
Jamaica.
Joe,
oh my god,
How many bottles did you flip like as a child?
Bro,
like
I tossed
just
my
because
first
that song.
bottle. I tossed my
Yeah.
first bottle. My Italian manager came up to me.
Yeah.
Like, Georgie, what the fuck are you doing with the bottles?
oh
I just
my
remember
God.
it was terrible.
That was
It
good.
terrible.
That
It
was
lasted
pretty good.
one. I did one bottle. I never
Ugh.
made it. Not to
Wow.
mention the restaurant industry in general, just like that. It's terrible. No weekends, no holidays. It was awful.
I'm so proud that we were able to rabbit hole into the movie Cocktail, like on the show. Like,
Oh, randomly, we should make
Show-
it like a staple, like every
Shows our
episode.
range. Shows our
so
range.
good.
It does
Every
show a
episode.
range. Yeah, but now we got to zoom back and finish up Open Gym. And so I don't know if here you go. Zain, here you go. A team, let's talk about a team that makes you want to drink. The Washington Wizards. And so let's talk, we've got to go back and we've got to revise our records because last time we talked about the Wizards and we made our predictions, John Wall was on the Washington Wizards and then 24 hours later he got traded to Houston. Russell Westbrook came over in a trade and now James Harden wants out of Houston and might get traded to Denver, Philadelphia, Milwaukee, or Miami, one of those three.
Or
So
the
let's go
Chinese
back
league.
and I'm sorry.
I'm hearing the Chinese league are offering $5 million and 10 future first-round picks.
Well,
Chinese
let's-
Fucking Trump over here.
Is that where
The Chinese league. It came
China.
from China. The
China.
league is in China.
China?
They get all
Is
the
that where-
picks. They get all the
Is that
picks.
is that where Andre Blatch is playing right now? He's still
Probably.
good.
Stephon Marbury's probably still playing there.
Marbury's
He might be.
playing.
He might be a
Mm.
scout in China right
The
now.
Lung Lions.
All right. So Alexa, how many games do the Wizards play this season?
72.
All right. Let's go around the room and revise our win total based on Russell Westbrook coming in and teaching the Washington Israelis how to play basketball. Go.
I need a refresher of my first prediction. I think I had 34.
Sounds about right.
So I remember the majority of you had the mid 30s range.
Right, I had
36. I was the one that lowballed him. I lowballed him like shit, and I still 24. Stand by that. I still stand by that. I got feelings about it, and it's going to jump my prediction this time from what it was before, because
clearly it couldn't go lower than 24.
Listen, the culture, the dynamic of the team has changed vastly with Russell Westbrook. From where we were with John Wall, and it's no knock on John Wall, but it's the situation that was surrounding John Wall. Yeah. The injury rehab, the comeback, the offseason shit, the trade rumors. And we knew, Neil, we had insights on this shit. All of us did. That shit wasn't gonna be fine with John on that roster until they traded him. And I knew that was going to impact the team, and that's why I lowballed him.
Sure.
And so, with Russell Westbrook now, I think they definitely win at least 35 games.
Give us a number. 35? 35 and 37? 35.
Yeah, I'm going to call 35.
So game under 500.
35 out of 72. So how many losses is that?
37.
37 losses? No, never mind. They're not going to lose more than they win. No. They're going to be good. I love the energy Russ brings on this team, bro. We've seen it as Wizards fans.
And
Paul Pierce.
While you figure out how to do
Paul Pierce did it.
Are you improving by 20 wins with Russ Westbrook? Is that
Yeah.
God.
I just explained why.
He was taking Wall as a negative essentially previously.
And right. And again, because of all the baggage that came with Wall.
Correct. Not because of the player or anything regarding
Not because of the player. I was excited for seeing Wall come back, but I just didn't. I was
what's your win total
confident about them being. So I'm gonna say they're gonna win more than they lose. So
by what? A couple games? What? We need
one
numbers.
Neil,
all right, so there's
he doesn't want to be put on the spot with math, Neil. That's basically
37 and 35. There you go. 37 and 35. There you go.
So my prediction is going to be 40 and 32. Last time I said 36 and 36, but I think Russ is going to be great. You know, they're not going to lose those crappy games to sub 500 teams like they always did in previous years. I think that right there flips, 4 to 6 games potentially this season. It's going to take some time, but unfortunately, already Rui Hachimura is out for the first 10 plus games of the season because of a severe case of pink eye, if that's not the Wizards thing of the century.
Yeah, I saw that and I said, man, you got to be fucking shitting me, man.
I thought it was a joke.
What is it with this team and this? Oh, God, man.
Yeah.
I beat ass.
But
I think ass with your eyes closed. That's the technique, not open. I know you're excited, but you got to close your eyes and eat ass. That won't happen.
That's half the fun.
Oh shit!
I'm going with 40. Also, I plus it up a little bit for Russ. It's clear. I know it was the last preseason game, but it's clear the different level he puts the team on. I love his interaction with Thomas Bryant after that and one early in the game.
Yep.
He's teaching these motherfuckers, man. This is, and again, just to echo what Abdullah said, is not to take anything away from John. It's just a different type of, kind of role that Russ has on his team. So I'm plussing it up. I think I plus my prediction about 4 or 5, at least. So yeah, I'm going with 40.
Zain, I know you love the Wizards more than all of us. What do you got?
I'm gonna go 38 wins.
38 and 34.
Yeah, not a complete endorsement of Russell Westbrook, but more so, I just think the difference in energy, it's refreshing. There's also a lot of chips on shoulders. I think Brad's gonna have a chip on his shoulder. Try to prove something. I think Russell Westbrook's gonna have a chip on his shoulder after his last 2 exits. I think he has a lot to prove. Whether or not he even wants to stay in DC, this is a good opportunity for him to drive his value up in whatever way, monetarily or value. And I think this team can be a really good regular season team. I think they can put up a lot of points. So that's why I'm upping it a few wins.
What about
All
you,
right.
Joe?
I've got 43 and 29.
Wow.
I like Russ Westbrook's addition to the team. I think the rest of the guys are going to buy in. I hope to God that Thomas Bryant stops with his nonsensical fucking face gestures and he stops getting pissed off about every little thing that happens on the court. I think they're just going to be.
Westbrook's effect too.
He looks really fucking good, right? I'm trying not to drink the Kool-Aid, but he looks really good right now.
I think he's feeding. I think he's feeding off of some of the energy.
He's
I
gonna
just
be
think
spoon fed.
Look.
I think the work habits of Beal and Westbrook are going to do really well for the rest of the young guys. I think that's really kind of the big thing, and that's probably why Scotty bought into it more than anything. Brooks was just like, bro, it's like having Westbrook out there is like having another coach.
It is another coach. That's exactly what
I'm
it is.
watching.
Yeah.
I'm watching the highlights on the Wizards Instagram feeds. I'm watching, the interactions that he's doing with the rookie. It's a vibe. It's a different vibe. And it's not that John. Look, man, we all get caught up in the personal stuff of John, right? We all love John for how long he was here, but I think John's in a better place for himself, and I think Russ is in a better place for the Washington Wizards. I don't necessarily know that this is the best place for Russell, but I think that for the Wizards organization,
it's absolutely the best thing. Absolutely the best thing
for this.
The Wizards need that dog back in them. The Wizards need that dog back in them. You remember?
Yeah.
With Pierce, they had the dog in them. The whole death row phase, they had the dog in them.
Yep.
And I'm gonna counter your Thomas Bryant take real quick. It is annoying, but that's that dog in them. Like we need that.
Yeah.
Don't do anything stupid. Don't get kicked out of the game.
Yeah.
But scowl face, bark, growl, bite an ear, like fuck it. Like
I just don't like the way he walks, to be honest with you, man. Like he's just got this weird fucking strut, man.
He's stiff as fuck going up and down.
It's awkward, man. It's like he fucking just looks like I don't even know what to call it, man. But it's just weird. It's weird as fuck. But you're right, Abdullah. Like for the last couple of years, they haven't even been able to have John Wall swag because John wasn't there.
Yeah.
So there was really nothing there for them to fucking from. It was all Brad, and now
Brad's not that type of personality.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He's much more of a
Brad needed somebody who was going to push him to the next level.
Right.
And he didn't have that the last 2 years. He had nobody comparable to him.
And I think he's found it. I think he's kind of found it. That next thing. On his own a little bit. I think he's got a lot of dog. He's a nice guy, but on the floor, he's an absolute dog.
I still think the first few weeks are going to be very important. I could see this team if they play well the first few weeks. I think that could kind of snowball and build up momentum.
I think it's very clear that this team is going to get better as the season goes on.
Yeah.
As they gain chemistry, as they get their full lineup back, hopefully Hachimura comes back healthy and is able to get back into things because they hope for big things from him too. They like his aggressiveness and they like that he's added a 3-point shot.
Mm-hmm.
They get a little bit more out of Thomas Bryant this year. Literally, if they just play effort on defense, their defense will improve by 10 points a game.
You know who loves Thomas Bryant is Zach Lowe. He always talks about Thomas Bryant, and he's like fascinated with Thomas Bryant's potential, like his ceiling as far as his offensive game. I listened to Zach Lowe and I think Kevin Pelton the other day, and Zach Lowe always does like 5 most confusing teams of the season, right? But that's kind of like a backhanded compliment because if you don't seem to be about shit, he won't even like bring you up. It wasn't Zach Lowe that brought him up, but it was Pelton who brought up as the Wizards' first team, and it wasn't like they're a mess of a roster. It's like the Russell Westbrook edition, and it's being viewed by GMs across the league as like this much needed infusion for Washington.
Sure. And
this great piece for him. And he's like, I think they can do, if they figure it out, obviously they could do some really good shit this season. So other people are taking notice. It's
the only thing I want to throw out there, and I'm trying to be the negative Nancy here and the pessimist, glass half empty.
Yeah,
I know. The thing with Russell Westbrook that I'll be curious to see and why I said I think it would be great if they have.
I don't like your Band-Aid.
Beginning to the season, I know I need to change it. It's I don't know what it is about Band-Aids that just leave.
How did you notice that shit?
It's like because the string is fucking hanging everywhere.
I see it now, but
it's just getting bigger as you talk.
Neil, tell the viewers
turn into a
not
mummy
watching
and shit.
YouTube. What's going on?
This is the one thing I would not like to describe with vivid adjectives.
Anyways, my point is the thing about Russell Westbrook is he operates on one level. And that's 1,000% intensity, right? And when you're winning, and it's freaking great.
Yes.
But when you're losing,
yes,
you have a young team that might not know how to react to that.
Mm.
And I think
That's fair.
John suffered a little bit from the same thing. He's not as much of a firecracker as Westbrook is, but John has that scowl face, angry intensity from time to time, and Westbrook's like that on a different level. There's no videos of Russell Westbrook smiling on the sidelines when you're down 15-20 and a guy, screws up something or doesn't call the timeout or doesn't get the rebound, right? So like it's really how the team is going to react to that in those moments, because that could really
That's fair. That's fair.
Well, one thing we can all be guaranteed is that the fit game is about to increase on the Wizards.
Yes, sir.
Because
sir.
Russell Westbrook's going to bring that fashion style over. And
dropped a new shoe product himself tonight.
And number two, the 21 million fans that he's going to bring off his social media account to watch Wizards games means that the Wizards, for the first time in God knows how long, might actually be some must-see TV. So we'll see how that all works out. It all matters when it comes down to wins and losses. If they're losing, nobody's going to fucking want to watch them. If they're winning, they might get the attention of people and get more than 0 national TV games. So we'll see what happens with that. Staying on the topic of must-see TV, we need to go to our must-see TV social experts. That would be Zain and Jamal. No offense taken to Neil and Abdullah. But guys,
I watch TV too.
No, you don't.
Bro,
I watch TV.
You got kids just like I do. Don't fucking bullshit with people. Jamal, Zain,
Yes,
tell us about Ma Rainey's Black Bottom and Baby God.
Viola Davis, right?
Viola Davis, that's right. Yeah. So Ma Rainey's Black Bottom premiered on Netflix this past Friday, being widely discussed because it was Chadwick Boseman's final role, right? So it's getting a lot of attention because of that. I first learned about this. Viola Davis was on 60 Minutes a few weeks ago talking about this movie. I thought it was going to theaters for some reason. I didn't know it was coming straight to Netflix, but I guess we have to kind of get used to that trend. This is an August Wilson play from 1982, I believe. So it's an adaptation of the play. It's a pretty easy watch. It's only about a little over 90 minutes, so you can definitely check it out and not really put a dent in your schedule. This movie, since it's a play adaptation, much like Fences starred actually Viola and Denzel Washington. You can, like I said, it's very easy, it's very digestible. But if you're looking for narrative, if you're looking for a real, deep plot and a lot of different kind of plot points, this really isn't the film for you. This is really just it kind of centers around one kind of studio recording of a Ma Rainey song. Ma Rainey's a blues singer, openly bisexual. She has a really strong attitude when she's in the studio, with her white producers and her manager. So it kind of bounces between Ma and her nephew, who she's trying to get onto the recording, and a woman that she travels with. And then kind of in the basement, we have Chadwick, Glenn Turman, and a few other guys that make up this band. Chadwick steals the show. I mean, not to take anything away from Viola, because she was phenomenal too, but Chadwick's performance was, simply amazing. Kind of dealing with, watching him evolve and open up about his upbringing and how it's kind of affected his look on, kind of modern society. Also, him wanting to go out on his own and start his own band. He plays the trumpet or the cornet, one of those two. And won't spoil the ending, but it has a pretty stark ending. Also, a lot of symbolism worked in there too. Again, if you have some time, check it out. Again, it's a pretty brief watch, but it is fucking really good. It was kind of eerie, but also kind of comforting to see Chad in his last role. We don't know how much of a incredibly long and just promising career this guy could have had, had he not left us so soon.
He looked real skinny in that movie.
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned it was his last flick, I didn't watch the whole movie. I started watching, like you said, it was an easy watch. I thought I could squeeze it in between conference calls, but I couldn't. So I had it on in the background.
Yeah.
And the premise of the movie itself revolves around Viola's character. Is that correct? Or,
yeah, I mean it's named after.
You say Chadwick steals the show, and again, I caught glimpses of the movie like on mute with like subtitles on, so I wasn't really able to capture what was going on. Specifically, I did see to the part where they were recording. I don't know if this is the same studio that you were referencing, but the little basement type
Yeah.
studio space that they had at the very
So
beginning.
that's what the band was kind of
for those white
practicing
guys in
at.
Chicago, right?
Yeah. And the upper floor is where they actually did the recording itself. Chad, I don't think anybody. I mean, I was kind of thinking back at the top my favorite actors right now, and Chad, the way he killed biopics was pretty incredible, man. I mean, he owned those sorts of roles, and again, this is more of a think of it more of like a live action play than an actual movie,
Right.
And that'll kind of help you put it through the right lens. So I give it an A overall. I think everybody should check it out.
Yeah.
For several reasons.
I mean, two other names involved in this too. Producers Denzel Washington,
yes,
and the music was composed by Branford Marsalis.
Yeah,
man. You can't
just
go wrong with either of those two involved in anything.
A lot of gems in it, man. I'm telling you, a lot of gems. Yeah, 100%. All right, so that's my Rainey's Black Bottom. Other thing I checked out was this documentary on HBO called Baby God. Anybody heard about this?
I saw it on the HBO Max.
Yeah, so I was kind of poking around looking for a new doc to watch. This is about a fertility doctor named Quincy Fournier who worked in Vegas, who for decades and decades inseminated women who came to him for fertility issues with his own sperm.
Wow.
So it was no intercourse involved, but I mean, imagine thinking that you're getting your husband's sperm and getting fertilized.
That's what I was going to ask. Is did the women know that it was his, or
no? It was all against their will. Yeah. So he would tell them anything from tell him nothing at all to, I think one woman said that he told her, "Oh well, I'll just mix my sperm in with your husband's, and that will help the motility. That'll help it move upstream a little bit faster." So the movie was put together. The doc was put together by one of his daughters, who did. She's a retired detective. She did one of these genealogy tests, and all of a sudden she gets all of these hits from people all over the world. They keep tracing back to this one guy. So this motherfucker has family. He has children all over the country. So if that wasn't bad enough, we eventually learned that I think, divorced his first wife, and he adopted, once he remarried or something, he adopted two other girls, and he molested one of his adopted daughters and impregnated her. Jesus. And then sent her away from Vegas to like Minnesota to a home for unwed mothers. And it was fucking crazy, bro. So
this is insane.
Eventually they have this kind of weird ass like fucking family reunion, and everybody gets around, talks, meets up and talks about their experiences and how they learn about, their story and, the paternity and all that stuff. But I think even, despite all this guy he managed to keep his legal, because people obviously brought legal action against him. He managed to keep it quiet for the most part. And he died in 2006. He was 93 years old. With his medical license in good standing. So essentially nothing happened to him. So really, I mean, if you want a doc that's gonna make you say what the fuck every 5 to 10 minutes, check it out. It's not very interesting. I think the pacing of it is really kind of dry and slow, but it's just fucking bizarre, man. And I don't know how shit like this happens. But nonetheless, it was weird. So I give it a C+.
C+.
Yeah.
That's some wild shit.
Yeah.
Bro, it blows my mind that you're saying this is based on a true story.
Right. This is real. This is
it's real. Yeah, it's a documentary, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's absolutely real.
Yeah.
So don't
motherfuckers just I just created a dynasty and shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. How many people are we talking about?
He has dozens of kids.
And
they span, I think the youngest one was like 42 up to like, this is current day, up to like pushing 80 something, like decades of inseminating women against their will. Decades. Kids all over the fucking place. Everywhere in the country. And I remember one woman was like, she was telling her story. She was like, after a while I knew, first of all, my child didn't really look like either of the parents. And then she said, all of a sudden, my daughter, she just seemed really smart. And she was like, well, neither one of us was that smart. My husband wasn't that smart. I'm not
That's
that
crazy.
Smart.
They should make some like fiction comedy off of this story, like where like
It
all these
seems like
kids
some,
like
like a fuck
meet up in
Judd
like
Apatow movie or
one
something.
place, like a wedding. It's like a 300-person wedding, and they're all siblings. They have no idea.
Right.
All look alike.
Isn't there a movie like that?
How the fuck you look just like me?
Man.
Isn't there already one like that?
There's
And
a
one of the
TV
guys'
episode in Community
wives,
like that.
I mean, it was a friend of his. He impregnated the guy's wife. I mean, imagine your man's like,
Yeah.
little girls just start walking like, oh yeah, does she walk like me?
Is
She walk like
Just
me?
kidding. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just
Died in
kidding.
2006.
Oh,
He said 2006.
she got my eyelashes. I like that shit.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, man. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh,
Sick.
shit, man. I'll give that shit an A+ right now without watching it. I'm
Yeah,
trying
y'all
to
gotta
watch
fuck with it. It's a good. That's
like
one of
some
your
wild
conference call
shit,
watches
dude.
type things, but it's
Conference
fucking
call.
insane. Yeah, pay attention to
Conference call
Mariah.
watches.
Put Baby God on in the background and just look up
Oh
every few
yeah,
minutes.
just look over
I
and be
just-
like, what the
I
fuck?
just remember the title, Baby Guy. I'm like, okay, now I'm like,
Baby God, yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
Damn, you took us on two completely different levels. Right
Damn,
there.
I'm in
Hey,
a
man.
Matt
different
Ryan
stratosphere
shit, now
right
this?
now, man.
Jesus.
Shit.
All right. Well,
And my Tito's is just watered down Tito's now. There's no chasing this shit no more. And I just heard about this shit. Fuck, I'm fucked up.
shit.
Go ahead.
And my mind is blown. How do you follow that shit up?
So speaking of people who I think should die of COVID,
Whoa.
The
Oh,
fuck?
Jesus
This
Christ.
is a
that dude
dark-ass
from
episode.
Baby God deserves to have gotten the COVID back in the day. No, I have no idea how the fuck I was supposed to segue off of that, man. That was kind of like I was
I
ready,
don't
like
know.
Chadwick Boseman. I thought maybe Baby God was about
Yeah.
like
I
Maybe
watched
I should have
Baby.
reversed.
I
that
watched
as a-
Baby Driver this weekend. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I didn't watch Baby Driver.
That is not a good movie.
which one was what was Baby Driver? Was that Nicolas Cage?
Nah,
No,
it's
no,
the
no, that's
who Kevin. Same with House of Cards.
Kevin Spacey
Kevin
and John
Spacey.
Hamm.
Yeah,
And
I never
who?
saw that.
John Hamm and Kevin Spacey. I didn't actually watch it.
Oh,
I just made that.
that
up.
sounds good.
Actually, got great reviews, but I didn't watch
That
it.
sounds
it's a very-
good. That
it's
sounds
a
It was
great.
meh.
bad.
movie.
It was bad, Neil.
It was alright.
Oh.
Is
Like-
it okay? Is it okay to watch Kevin Spacey movies now?
It's,
that. Kevin Spacey and
I'm
John
okay with
Hamm.
not watching Kevin Spacey. He didn't really, do much for me. So, I liked him, but I don't know.
He was
He's
alright,
good.
Yeah.
Have you seen?
Didn't
Have you
the
seen
guy?
his?
Didn't the guy?
I've never
recast
seen an
something?
episode of House of Cards. I've never.
Have you
watched
seen
it.
his impersonations like on talk shows and shit?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does a really good impersonation.
Pretty good.
actually. He's a
He
fucking.
did.
weirdo.
I've always liked Kevin Spacey. You know,
I
the-
liked
the-
him, but I'm
the,
not like,
uh,
oh my god, I can't.
the
watch
District
Kevin Spacey
Attorney
movies now.
in A Time
He's
to Kill.
pretty much one gear as far as his performances. Like he was
Yeah,
kind of the same
yeah, I
guy in
mean,
American Beauty.
that's fine.
Like, yeah.
American Beauty is certainly different to watch now.
Yes. Yeah.
It is definitely, but he's not like, because I was thinking about this earlier before we recorded. I don't know why, because I don't know why I was thinking about the Cosby Show, but it really it kills me. I love the Cosby Show, dude, and like now it's tough for me to watch.
Yep.
But that's like a show. It's like, or like if you're listening to Michael Jackson, like you might be like, but like Kevin Spacey, I don't give a shit. Burn his collection. I don't care. Like, what am I losing?
Is Cosby Show still running?
Nah, they took that out of
I don't
syndication.
know. I have no idea.
On Zane's 100 million channels all the time, 24/7.
I don't even think they have it on IPTV, dude. They took
They-
that shit
they
off. Even
pulled
they're
that.
like, look, we're okay
Wow.
with pirating millions of dollars worth of entertainment, but fuck that shit. We're not playing the Cosby
Bill
Show.
Cosby. That's where I drew the line.
What sucks about that though is there were so many episodes where there were so many good life lessons to be taught
Exactly. I love.
that, like, right?
Yes. There's
Right?
one life lesson from that show I freaking love, and I can't even use it, and it pisses me off.
Every time it leans back in the chair, you know.
No, I thought that show was hilarious. I really. You know what your problem is, Theo?
You know what your problem is, Theo?
You're stupid.
Uh,
You're an idiot. There's so many classic just life and you can't even use you can't use them anymore. Like,
God
what am I
damn
gonna
it,
do now?
Bill.
Oh
You and
man.
the Spanish fly.
All right, I'm gonna go and tell my life lesson real quick to Neil, because Neil's never able to watch the Cosby Show. Anyway, there's a long story short. I think it was Vanessa basically tells the parents that she met someone, right? And then she tells them she got engaged, without even they don't even know what's going on. And she's like, he's coming to dinner tonight, right? So the guy shows up and they meet him, and obviously they hate his guts, right? They're already like judging the shit out of him, and they're like, we don't like this guy, we're pissed off. So they're treating him like shit all night, right?
Okay.
And then they're eating dinner and they're giving him a hard time and blah, blah, blah. And then at the end, the guy's like, look, like, what do you guys have against me? Like, I'm a good guy and blah, 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 blah. And then Bill Cosby's like, well, here's the thing. He's like, how about we do this? He's like, what is your favorite meal? If I can make you one meal, what would you want? He's like, I like a good steak. He's like, okay, I got your steak. Okay, what would you want with it? He's like, I love me some fried onions, right? He's like, okay, I got your steak in the pan. It's sizzling. I'll throw your onions in it. Oh, he's like, oh, can you smell it? He's like, yeah, I can smell it right now. He's like, yeah, it sounds good, right? He's like, and then I go to the backyard and I take the pail off the garbage can and I come inside and I put your steak on it and I give it to you. Not so appetizing, right? It's about the presentation. This is how you were presented to us. And I can't fucking tell that story anymore.
Oh. Shit. I like that. All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's better when you watch it, but
yeah.
All right.
I used to love some Lisa Bonet.
Oh my god. Speaking of that,
I never fucked with Temp Set Bledsoe.
that's actually a good segue.
What segment are we in? Are we still?
Oh my god.
I got the
We're still in
Hillman,
theater?
Hillman.
Well,
so
I tried
I got a Hellman
to jump-
sweatshirt. I fuck with that.
I tried to jump to Detention with the
Did
COVID
Cosby
thing,
end up in detention all of a
but then
sudden?
we
Like,
then we
I don't
went
know. Jamal's story got me
backwards.
thinking about like the worst people ever on the earth.
And then Kevin
Uh,
Spacey came up.
Kevin
and
Spacey
then-
oh,
came
Kevin
up, just fucking-
Spacey.
Who's
In
next?
other words, the people who are going to permanently be in detention for us.
Ugh.
Rudy
I think we
Giuliani.
should. Yeah, I
Is
think we should
Rudy-
rename Detention the Rudy Detention Giuliani segment.
Yeah. Rudy stays in. Rudy's under federal investigation right now, so it just the hits keep coming.
Real quick, before we wrap up theater, did anybody watch Saturday Night Live hosted by Kristen Wiig this past weekend?
No.
I don't
Fuck,
even
I
watch
missed
Saturday
it.
Night Live anymore.
I missed it.
I don't.
My
What,
10-year-old son watches SNL every week.
we've thought highly
Saturday-
of Kristen Wiig, so I thought,
I love
SNL
her.
used to be must see TV for me, man. It's no longer. It hasn't been that way for years.
It's more
I don't-
misses than hits now.
I
but
thought they were fantastic with the Trump stuff. To be honest, I thought it was all
Yeah, but it just there's
that
they had
Trump
one
shit
good
writes
sketch here and
itself.
there.
and it was oversaturated. They did. I mean, it was easy to make fun of. So they
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
constantly
low
wrote
hanging
about it.
fruit after a
It
certain
was
point.
easy to make fun of, and sometimes the jokes wrote themselves, and they would actually just reenact what was happening in real life and call it a skit. So it was
Yeah.
a little oversaturated, but
I don't give a shit how long we're running. Let's wrap up this SNL stuff. What's the best? What's your favorite SNL period?
Mm.
it's true. It's like skit or like
No, I mean your favorite
Time
group
period
of
era.
cast a character.
The Will Ferrell and Chris Kattan era.
yeah, but hands
They were
down.
fucking gold, man.
Sherry O'Terry, Molly Shannon, Chris
Bro.
Kattan, Will Ferrell.
Mr.
It
Peepers,
was too
like,
good.
you know,
Norm Macdonald, like it was just.
Yo, they made skits out of nothing, and that shit was just
dog,
hilarious.
so good.
But
The one-
I think the Bill Hader and Kristen Wiig era held it down. It'll
They
never.
were
match
good.
those
Yeah,
guys.
that was right
good.
slightly after the Will Ferrell. But yeah. Kristen Wiig's really good. Kristen Wiig's super underrated.
But
Go
Chris
ahead.
Kattan is just one of those dudes.
It was yeah.
Nothing outside of SNL, but like
Yeah.
Kattan's a
SNL,
beast,
dude.
man.
hilarious. Dude. So good.
I mean the ones where they were cracking each other up, like where they couldn't
Yeah.
hold.
Yeah.
They couldn't
a
hold
lot of Bill
character.
Hader skits are just dudes just breaking characters. Same with Will Ferrell. Like
Yeah.
they used to just have a tech.
Yeah.
They used to fuck with each other and be like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the most outrageous shit.
Fallon would
Make you
fall
better.
apart all the time. All the time.
Who?
Jimmy Fallon.
Oh yeah,
That
he
one always fell apart. All the time.
Jimmy, as a matter of fact, I would love to go back and like actually figure out how many times the Debbie Downer skit cracked Jimmy Fallon up,
Dude.
because he could not hold character in that shit. She was
No.
so good at that shit, like phenomenal. One of my favorite skits. But I gotta agree with you guys on your that Will Ferrell.
That
group
was the best.
Yeah,
era.
I mean the '80s was definitely more star-studded, but that era that we're talking about just has
Yeah.
dudes that were made like people
All
were
of us
made for
skits.
SNL.
All of us were a little bit too young to appreciate that '80s group,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I don't even fuck with the '70s group like everybody's talking about.
Although now that we're talking about this, I mean, we do have to give some credit to the Chris Farley, Mike Myers,
Yes.
era. I mean, that was also
Yeah.
great.
Yes.
Chris Farley was one of those dudes that was made for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Chris Farley. I could watch a Chris Farley movie at any point in time that the movie comes on TV and not turn it off.
Yeah.
And it's just about all of his
Yeah.
movies. I'm talking about Black Sheep. I'm talking about
Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy. I'm talking about like
Ninja. What was it?
Ninja. Yeah. I know which one you're talking about. Where he was the fat ninja.
That era is just sad.
But that. Go ahead.
You got Chris Farley, and then you got Phil Hartman, who was murdered by his wife.
Mm-hmm.
So fucked up. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say the Chris Farley and David Spade era wasn't too far off from.
It was right before that.
It was right before that. So you kind of sometimes you kind of mesh the two eras. Sometimes, like when we talk about the best era, we always talk about Chris Farley as well and David Spade. Some people talk about Phil Hartman. It's a little bit
Rob Schneider. I mean, all
Rob
guys
Schneider,
at the same time.
Jim Carrey, Chris Rock. Tracy Morgan.
Tracy Morgan had a really underrated run on that show. Yeah,
he was the other black guy to Chris Rock.
Yeah, I'm not feeling Keenan in any capacity whatsoever.
Bro, I can't get over Keenan from Good Burger. Like I that's always been Keenan to me.
Yeah.
Keenan has one good skit out of every 9 or 10.
He seems like the same person to me in each skit. I don't.
It is. It's worn out.
I don't find it funny, but that's me.
It's worn out. He did a skit this past Saturday, Will, the optimistic neighbor, which was kind of funny. It was a little funny.
So the general public, just to let you know here, we'll wrap up with SNL and theater here. The general public ranking of SNL characters: Eddie Murphy, Belushi, Aykroyd, Hartman, Farrell, Murray, Myers, Fay, Farley, Radner, Poehler, Carvey, Hader, Chase, Wig.
It sounds like you're naming off the.
It's a lot of range, man. Like that. It's a lot of range.
That is a
little
lot
surprised.
You
got Tina Fey outside of the top 10. Like, it's a lot of range.
There's a lot of people up at the top there that I get it, but
you probably just don't resonate with.
Yeah.
No,
it happens.
Norman's not on there. I assume Norman Macdonald's not on there.
Oh, no, and you know what?
He's the best weekend update.
He's the best weekend. His weekend update was
ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
Sandler was not even mentioned in this one. And I'm a huge Sandler fan.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Interesting.
Who's the best weekend update?
I'm Norm all the way.
Norm for me growing up.
Nobody does.
I like the current guy, Colin Jost. I think he's good with Michael Shea. I think they do a decent job. Michael Shea's funny.
He is, but Norm Macdonald, his deadpan delivery is perfect.
Yeah, Norm, he had his own brand.
And I read about Norm Macdonald. He would purposely make shitty jokes, just to.
That's his whole style.
Something that I said, leaning into the bomb, like the awkwardness, like the awkward, stupid joke where you get like a forced laugh at best, and he would just fucking love that shit. He would wait for it. Okay, which one of you motherfuckers gonna force that laugh, right?
Have you all seen Norm's moth joke that he did on, I think, Conan? It's on YouTube.
Okay.
Please watch it when you get off. It's my shit.
His what joke?
Moth, like the
moth.
Bug.
Okay. Yeah. The bug. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
there was a Norm Macdonald movie that he did that I loved. That was low key. I think it was called Screwed or something. Where he did it. Don Rickles was in it too. By the way, I love Don Rickles. He had like this really dry, sarcastic humor that was just fantastic.
Yeah, Rickles is a beast too.
Why don't you go up to?
Has anyone followed Norm Macdonald on Twitter?
Yes.
It's a weird follow, right? He tweets
updates. Golf. He tweets golf updates in the middle of
usually exactly. It's usually any sport though, but it's not like tweets like, "Oh shit, what a touchdown!" It's 4th and 1 for the Bengals.
Stupid.
Right.
And you would know. You would just know. Like, okay, Norm. Okay. Good update.
One of my least favorite weekend updates was Dennis Miller, and he was on for the longest time.
Never been a Dennis Miller fan.
Yeah.
I hated him on Monday Night Football.
What is his thing?
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't like him on Weekend Update. I
can see the appeal, but I never fuck with him.
Yeah, I didn't like Colin Quinn either. I didn't really care.
Colin Quinn. I forgot about him.
Yeah, his style wasn't.
Yeah, forgettable.
Colin Quinn seemed like a fucking human, like Ocean City strawberry drink. Just really like
weird,
like, hey, you want to go to
yeah,
right,
like a fucking human party naked shirt. Just not my thing.
Right, like, hey, you want to go to Secrets?
Yeah, exactly.
Really.
Like,
well, you're 40, right?
Yeah, exactly. Fucking 48, actually.
Because you went there 18 years previous.
What do you
still want to go there when you're 4?
Divorced dad energy, like nah.
Yeah, you still want to go to Secrets?
Not my vibe.
I went there
man.
last year. It was great.
Good for you, man. Good for you. That's
What
where
do
it
you mean
starts, man.
What do you mean half the bar is in the ocean and the rest is above water?
We're forgetting
Come
one key guy that I love, Tim Meadows. I love Tim Meadows.
Slept on, man. Tim Meadows very slept
The
on.
ladies
Super
man.
slept on.
The ladies man?
Yo, the ladies
the
man.
ladies
Tim Meadows.
man.
Yeah, just the
He
ladies man.
I love
See,
him.
what I think you have is a venereal disease.
Yeah.
I want Tim to do more stuff. They didn't really. I don't think they utilized him properly. He could have done more.
He could have
I
done
dope.
loved
He
him.
was dope.
Fred
Wait, yeah,
Armisen is also very underrated.
Fred
Yes.
Armisen's good.
Oh,
Yeah.
super underrated.
Super
All
underrated.
you need is a little bit of Barry White and some
He's-
Cavassier.
Yes.
Yes,
Fred
I agree
Armisen
with
is great.
His impressions are great. He's very good. Have you ever seen
Great.
Portlandia? By the way, Portlandia.
Of
Portlandia
course,
is dope,
of course.
yeah.
Portlandia.
Yeah.
Shit.
So
Good job, guys.
Kevin Nealon.
Awesome.
Forgot about him.
Kevin
Who?
Nealon. Yep.
Kevin Nealon.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
you.
Had a
That
good
was
TV
too.
career after that too.
Yeah.
That was
Damn.
good.
So many people.
So many people, so many bad, so many good, tons of bad. There's tons of bad. But anyways, let's stick with bad actors and let's go into Detention.
That hurts.
Look, well, I mean, unless you love Fast and Furious, a bunch of,
Correct.
Oh my god,
different
he
versions
was
of
so
it.
bad in that movie.
Tyrese likes to sleep with his thermometer at Amazon level.
Thermostat.
I'm sorry, his
Thermometer.
thermometer. His thermostat at Amazon level in order to prevent COVID. He is our detention candidate for this week. We've got 2 minutes to shit all over Tyrese for his jungle level thermostat. Go.
Tyrese does dumb shit like at least twice a year. I don't know what it is about his need to find some sort of spotlight. He's that motherfucker between crying on camera
Twerking and crying on camera.
saying God came to him in a vision one night and wanted him to do a Martin Luther King movie and making a fake poster. He does dumb shit all the fucking time. I don't know where he's still getting money from. I don't fucking get it. Anyway, Tyrese took to Instagram the other day and said, one of my secrets for staying COVID free is I sleep with the heat on 90 degrees every night.
Jamal, hold
This
up. I have to interrupt you here. Tyrese literally has a song called Dumb Shit featuring Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, dude. He
Okay,
says been
so
sleeping at this temp for 15 years, so it's nothing new. But rumor has it, if you catch COVID, it doesn't survive warm temperatures.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
That's how that
There's
works,
another
buddy.
like 8 lines of just dumb shit. But look, man, for a disease and something that disproportionately, affects Black America, you spouting this COVID bullshit is harmful and it makes you look dumber than people think you actually are. Tyrese is a dickhead. He's talented. He can sing, but he's a dickhead, man. And I
I mean,
guarantee you,
it's-
he'll do something
yeah.
stupid another few months from now.
Yeah.
So does this cancel out Sweet Lady and Baby Boy? Like, is that?
I hate you, Jody.
I hate you, Jody.
Hey, you want to from after his stepdad or whoever, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vin Rames. Oh my god! After having that chokehold for like
Yeah.
3 minutes in the movie, you was like, "Fuck, when he's gonna let him go, man?" He
Let
lets
him
him go.
go.
He's like, "You want anything from the store?"
The movie that BET airs like all
Yeah,
day,
every other
Sunday.
week. Yeah. And they still,
They still
play the
air it
scene
like
where he's
that?
butt naked in the kitchen.
Oh,
making eggs.
fuck!
That show's hilarious.
Yeah.
Fuck your
Tyrese
fort.
gotta go, man. Yeah.
Fuck your
You should do a whole segment on Baby Boy quotes.
I love
real.
Baby Boy.
your Ford.
Very underrated movie. Very good movie.
It's a very good movie.
Yeah.
All right, Tyrese.
Omar Gooding. Oh my god.
I mean, I wish I
love
had
that
his
movie.
abs, but that's about it. He's in good shape. He's a lady's favorite. How many Fast and Furious was he in? 7, 6, 5?
No, not all of them. Because
All
he
of them
wasn't
were.
in 1. He was in 2.
If you
Oh,
sleep with your
3.
thermostat on 90, you too can have abs because you'll fucking sweat all night.
Yeah, no shit. He got
Get
kids in
him
the
a-
house.
Here, jump off Tyrese and let's talk about what's acceptable for your thermostat to be at.
At night?
In the winter or the summer?
Bro, my shit is set to 69 degrees. If I got
Bro.
the heat on, it's set to 69. If I got the air condition on, it's set to 69.
That's
Period.
your wow. Okay.
That's my
That's at
setting.
76 right now.
Yeah,
Bro,
mine's at 76 as
76.
well.
76?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
sit with the
so-
fan on, so it doesn't really.
That's
on,
fucking-
fan.
Okay,
man.
but
Nah,
okay,
man.
it
Nah,
depends on the infrastructure of your
Exactly, because
place
76
and
here
your
does not
insulation,
feel
right?
like how it sounds.
Okay.
There's a literal 15
Heat rises
degree
in a
difference.
townhouse. I get
15
it.
degree difference between
Yeah.
where I'm at right now, which is the basement, and the third
Yeah.
level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
heat rises.
Maybe right somewhere in the middle, 3-5 degrees, 3-4
Right.
5 degrees from the living room. So it all depends.
So I sleep with my shit on 68. I actually put the air on at night because I'm on the top. I'm on the top floor of a townhouse.
There you go.
I go downstairs. It's just like Siberia, like down by the door and
Yeah.
shit. So
I love
can't.
cold. I need
But
it
I
to be
can't
cold.
sleep warm at all, man. That shit is
Neither
hell
can I.
Me neither.
Nah.
Me neither.
Nah.
It's impossible.
Neither can I. Yeah, I was on YouTube and this doctor made this little video about how if you like wear your socks to sleep, it will help your sleep and shit. I tried that shit for like 30 minutes. Like, fuck this shit.
that
man.
ain't
Yeah,
it.
no, socks
Nah.
to sleep is
I can't.
weird.
Nah.
Yeah.
No,
can't.
people who sleep with their socks on are fucking terrorists.
Weird.
Yeah, easily. That's scientifically proven.
That is, yes, I'm pretty sure about that. So Abdullah, you didn't give us a number. What is your sleep number upstairs?
So it's got to be it's 71. It's 71 because
he's like, I won't give you a number, but it's gonna be hotter than colder.
yeah, hotter than colder. It's 71 because you have to add at least 2 or 3 degrees to that.
71 because the Dolphins went undefeated.
Yeah.
Is it going to go up with the baby in the house? Is it going to have to go up a little bit
They
with
lost
the
to
baby
the
in the
Cowboys
house?
in 71, bitch. What?
Is it going to have to go up with the baby in the house, a newborn?
What about the baby in the house? Is it going to go
Is your
up?
temperature going to have to go up a little bit?
It depends
the
on where
newborn?
she is. It just depends on where she is. Like I said, it'll be 71 on the main floor, but it'll be at least 3 degrees hotter on the third floor. Like in our bedrooms. Our bedrooms are straight up fucking saunas. Like they're furnaces.
Zain and Neil are at 76. You guys are both in the.
Yeah,
But it doesn't feel like it. I like cold.
I used to live in an apartment on a one floor apartment, and it was definitely 75 plus. So
Right,
I
before the
exactly.
SUV or no?
Nah.
before the SUV, yeah.
Nah.
With a Saturn back then. It was a
STD, like,
97
fuck.
Saturn.
What kind of STD gives you a fever?
No, SUV.
SUV.
SUV. He's
I'm
making
sure
fucking
there is an
SUV
SUV
jokes.
that gives you a fever.
I'm sure there is, yeah.
Not a minivan.
We're two fucking hours in. He's still making SUV jokes.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. That's good. All right. Well, people, keep your thermostats, keep your thermometers at a nice, cool level. Don't burn your ass off. Don't put it at 90 because it doesn't cure COVID. Watch Baby God. No, don't watch Baby God.
Don't watch Baby
Get a nest. Get a nest.
Pray for Dwayne Haskins. Pray for a new song to come along and bump off Mariah Carey's. We are the Participation Trophy Podcast. I'm Joe. That's Abdullah, Neil, Zain, Jamal. We got motherfucking shirts. Go buy your shirts as soon as those things come out.
Bang, bang.
We made it to
Shirts.
We made it to episode 15, which means we're going to make it to episode 30 some point. Sean Taylor, rest in peace.
Hey.
We're going to make a whole 17-week NFL season, man. Let's do it.
Fuck the 72 Dolphins.
We in the playoffs. We in the playoffs. Why you got to come on, man?
Playoffs.
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 Peace out.